everyone, it is time to talk about some Mezco 112 Popeye. I'll be honest with everyone, I really dig the look of this figure. He's got a lot of cool things going on with it. I got a couple of small little nitpicks and whatnot, but overall, I find the figure very enjoyable, and I feel like I spent my money very well on this guy. Now, let's start with the head sculpt here, because after all, it is Popeye. Let me bring that in real quick. He's got a very nice head sculpt, a very nice caricature of a comic slash cartoon character that is a caricature in itself. So he definitely looks like Popeye. There's no denying that. Mezco put their own little spin on it, but it doesn't deviate in this too much, I should say, from the original look. I love all the wrinkles within the character. The eyebrows came out good. I wish they were a little bit darker, but that's a personal preference. The ears have a nice detail on them, and his face just looks wrinkly and mushy, and I think that's one of the selling points of Popeye. He's just a strange looking man. The chin, the trademark chin, came out great, but what about the cloth goods, you're asking? Well, the costume that Popeye is sporting came out quite well too. On the upper body, we got the nice rolled up sleeves, then we got the sailor scarf on the back, which came out nice, and then we have the buttons on the front. But what about those trademark Popeye forearms? Well, they're big and bulky. They got some nice detail on them. And of course, they got the trademark anchor tattoos across his big, giant, beefy forearms. And his hands came out pretty good too. Look at the detail there on the fingernails. Now, in terms of the lower body, he's got this nice denim for his costume, and it works really well. Nice stitching. And then for the shoes, if I can bring it up here, a nice piece of plastic here. It's a two-piece, which is very cool. And the laces and the color all came out good. And then, of course, we got two peg holes on the bottom. So, definitely very cool, aesthetically speaking. So, how does the articulation pan out on this guy? Well, I'm glad you asked that, because in terms of the head, he can look up quite a bit. He doesn't really look down because of his chin. It's just a big piece, but you do get side to side and full rotation. So, and all that works great. Now, because he has such a giraffe looking neck, what you can do is actually bring Popeye down quite a bit and bring him back up that much. Very nice, and then it's got that full range of motion right there. Now, in terms of the arms do extend out about that far. You can bring them back in. They move all the way around. The cloth doesn't hinder it at all, which is a bonus. It does not have a bicep cut, but he does have a swivel and hinge at the elbow. Some people are a little upset with this, but for Popeye, I think it works. Now, onto the other thing people find kind of ugly about the guy is the ball peg at the hand. It's a big, beefy piece that does stick out, but I don't hate it. I understand people who have gripes about it, but it allows a full range of movement there, so I'll take it. And it goes up and down and side to side, depending on how you position it. Now, in terms of the upper body, it does have a diaphragm joint. It bends down that much. Goes back about that far, and then you do get the side to side and twist there. He does have the lower ab area, which allows him to bend down quite a bit, and as you can see, he can go down that far and he can go back about that much, and then it also does rotate. In terms of the legs, he can spread his legs out about that far. You do have the ball joints at the thigh there, the upper thigh, so full rotation. He does kick forward. He does go back quite a bit, and then he does have a double bend at the knee, full rotation at the boot. It does hinge back and forward a lot more than that, and then it does rock side to side. So overall, I'm happy with the articulation. I love the costume choice. Let's get on to the meat and potatoes of this guy, and that's all the wacky, crazy accessories he comes with, and we'll break it down from there, everyone. Alright everyone, we are here with Popeye's accessories. This is just some of them. I have a couple off screen that I'll show you towards the end of this. But zooming in, as you can see, Popeye is stacked to the gills with a lot of tobacco pipes. And what's cool about the tobacco pipes is that they have these little clouds of smoke coming out of them. They really remind me of an atomic bomb coming off. But even the pipes without the smoke out of them look really nice. Mezco has given us a wide variety of them in case we lose some or break them or whatever the case may be. Mezco thinking ahead on that one, and a big shout out to them for that. Of course, we have an alternate head for Popeye here, if the camera will work with me. The only difference is just the placement of the hole. It's bigger and his mouth's more open. But Popeye does have a magnet at the top of the head. And you may be wondering why. Well, it's simple. So the hats can fit on. Now, 2 of the hats do have magnets on them. And you can shift them and rotate them like so. That one's your traditional sailor's cap. I call this one the captain hat, as you can see. And then there's the magnet inside. Now we do have the 3rd cap, which I call the longshoreman cap. This is just form fitted for Popeye's head. Let's see if I put it on right. So that came out good. And like I said, this one does not have a magnet on the inside. Whoa, there we go. All the fun, everything's spilling away. In addition to that, we have a can of spinach that's been opened and crushed. If you take one of Popeye's gripping hands, I believe it's this one. As you can see, you got a lot of nice detail there on the fingernails. And you just put that in a certain position. It looks like Popeye is squeezing the can. Very nice, nice detail with the spinach coming out. And then we have a can of spinach here that just has a label on it. That looks really nice. And then we have our spyglass, which is really cool because it opens up and closes back in. And then we have our compass, which, if I can get it to open on camera, very nice. It's got some detail on the front of it and even a little on the back. And then we have our hands. We have a pointing finger hand, a set of gripping hands, including that one, and then 2 relaxed hands. But if that wasn't enough, we also have the Popeye duffel bag with the Popeye logo print, or the name printed on it. And it also includes real string to tie it up. And then, if I can zoom this back out, we have the pea coat here. Now you'll see a video popping up. What I did is basically fast forwarded through it to make the video kind of flow a little faster here. And as you can see, Popeye is putting it on. But we do have Velcro on it. There's Velcro here, and then there's Velcro on the inside of the sleeve, so you can fit it in just a little better. Some nice buttons, and there is a bendy wire in the coat itself. And then, of course, we have our Popeye Mezco stand. We have the flight stand pieces. And lastly, we have our 112 goodie bag. So all in all, a good amount of accessories for this King of the Ocean, not to be confused with Aquaman. I don't know if anybody's ever called Popeye the King of the Ocean, but I am. So let's go ahead and do a quick size roundup, and we will take it from there. Alright guys, real quick, here's the size roundup with various other Mezco figures. As you can see, Popeye is actually the shortest figure here. Wolverine actually stands taller than him, and of course Space Ghost is almost as tall as Wolverine. I just noticed that. But then you got Sulu, and then you got the DDP Bang edition of Iron Man. So, you know, I hope that helps you guys. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're picking up this figure, he's going to fit in great with your Mezco collection. He does stand out in my opinion, so take that for what it's worth. So if you pick it up, let me know. I hope this review helps you in that decision. With that being said, though, guys, I want to thank you for stopping by and trekking through this video. I know it was long. I know we had a lot to cover, but I definitely appreciate it. If you get a chance, check out some of the links in the description below. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's free to look, so there's that. Guys, I have a slideshow at the end. Hope everyone's doing great. Take care, and until next time, great googly moogly.